Okay, so a panel at Portland State University was explaining the biological differences between men and women. Nothing too controversial, okay, you would think. But there was suddenly some backlash. Who would have thought? Because, no one's looking to be offended anymore by anything. So let's take a look at this video here.
You could be irritated by it. You could be irritated by the fact that women have to be the ones to gestate and lactate. You could be irritated by a lot of truths. But taking offense is a response that is rejection of reality. So men and women are different on height. They're different on muscle mass. They're different on where fat is deposited on our bodies, right? Our brains are also different. So there are some binaries.
Oh, wow. Security! This is what happens. Oh, did they shut off the volume? Can you hear? Can everybody hear?
Even the women in there have been brainwashed.
Should not listen to fascism. It should not be tolerated in civil society. Nazis are not welcome in civil society.
In case you aren't watching the video as we're playing it there. What?
I just saw the guy with like the blue hair.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that was a chick.
What? Yes. Oh my God. Cats and dogs. What should they do with their hands?
Yeah, pretty bad. So in case you're just listening to the podcast, one thing that you're not seeing is the fact that on the way out from this woman just simply explaining the biological differences between men and women, being that men are taller.
Men can lactate.
Yeah. I'm so upset. I'm starting to do right now. that fatty deposits on the body happen to be in different spots for men and women, and these kids get up and walk out. Bye.
There was one kid laughing. That was funny.
There were a bunch of them laughing. But then on the way out, they sabotage the sound system so that no one could continue with the discussion. And for explaining science, apparently we're the science deniers, right? Explaining science that men and women are biologically different, not talking about transgenders or anything, just biological male and female bodies are different. You're a Nazi now.
Yeah, yep. Someone clearly has no idea what the Nazis did.
Seriously.
Clearly no idea.
Someone needs to sit down and watch Schindler's
List. Didn't we talk about
List.
a story a long time ago about how they're not even teaching, like, World War II?
No, Common Core, a lot of Common Core curriculums out there teach World War II without ever mentioning Hitler's name.
Yeah, okay.
Hitler so they may still mention Nazis, but my word.
Yeah.
How do you explain that?
Yeah.
Who led them?
Yeah.
Who was the ideological bearer and leader of that movement?
Yeah, could you imagine them watching like some World War II movie like, hey, who's that guy with the funny mustache? I never heard of him. Like, what?
I saw a really good video one time of Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
Is that Charlie Chaplin?
Charlie Chaplin played this guy who was like in charge of all the Nazis. Yeah. Oh my God. It's crazy.
Bye. So what, I mean, this is just where we're at with things right now, is the fact that, it used to be racist, homophobic, sexist, misogynist, whatever, like, it just, at this point, they have used it so much, the left, that, you used to be, as a conservative, as soon as you were called racist, you're like, God damn, I gotta shut up. Because, I'm not a racist, and I'm just trying to explain I don't agree with Obama's policies. Yeah. I could go on all day without mentioning the color of his skin, but I'm a racist. Apparently I'm a racist. So I can't even make the argument. They have overused it so much now, that and sexist and misogynist and bigot and everything else, that at this point, you're like looking them dead in the eyes and are like, no, it's water off of my back, man. Yeah. Like, now I'm going to hit you with some facts.
Yeah.
Because that's where we have gotten to the point where we have to stand firm on the facts, deliver the truth, and just go full steam ahead, right?
Facts as basic as women lactate, men don't.
Yes. But that blue-haired one, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Either or. It's a coin flip.
But the fact of the matter is now they have gotten to the point where everybody on the right is a Nazi, right? Do you know what Nazi stands for?
Oh man,
God, you were on the right track.
National. I know it's
it's on your button.
Socialist. Yeah.
Yeah, National Socialist Party.
Yeah.
Right. So really, it's an extreme leftist ideology of central government control. Right. So
What's one of the first things the Nazis did? Take away your guns.
yep, no kidding, and execute people.
Yep.
So you have that, and they've gone to calling Trump a Nazi and everything. And this is the insane arguments that the left is having. Right, Trump is a Nazi. He's a fascist dictator, but only the government and should have guns.
Yeah.
You want a fascist dictatorship to have the guns?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
The police, over the last how many years, because of Obama's administration, the police are brutal jerks that you shouldn't trust police officers. But they're the only ones that should have guns now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, these are the arguments that are happening here.
Yeah. It reminds me of something you bring up all the time. I think Philip DeFranco brought it up the same exact point about how, like, when you're making certain arguments or trying to pass certain laws or certain policies, you have to know that the other side will have power and they will have the things that you gave them, and so
it's a pendulum effect.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's insane.